Hello there, and welcome to another episode of X4, the Star Wars Interworlds 0.73 mod installed. We're recording on a Sunday, which means, excuse me, it's the Pirate Day. If you remember, last episode we destroyed that Hutt station. We're just going to pause it in a second. We'll just go over a couple of things before we get started in earnest, because I've been having a think about what we can do. So we destroyed that station last episode, which has kind of had a trigger. So we got stripped as rank with the Hutts. We don't really care about that. And we have dropped in our relationship with the Hutt cartel to -24, which is fine. Don't really care about that too much. One interesting thing is that ships and stations belonging to this faction will not attempt to destroy your property, which gives us a way to be a little bit piratey and sneaky. So Tatooine is now unclaimed. I having a little conversation with Scourge, our long-time watcher / subscriber, and generally speaking, good guy. And we kind of talked about some tactics, and basically we know that the Hutts are going to come for Tatooine, or we reckon the Hutts will probably come for Tatooine at some point to try and reclaim it. Now, the plan was going to be to go around, blow up the rest of the Hutts, leave the Hutt pirates out of it. But while we've got this -24 rank, and the Hutts won't attack our property, so they're not going to come for our stuff. Because one of the other thoughts I had is that down here is pretty relatively undefended, so we've only got one system. So if the Hutts did decide to come en masse and start picking on with looks, we might lose some stuff. We've also got quite a few stations dotted about here and there. So I'm reckoning basically what we do is we claim part of we claim Tatooine as a zone to start off with. We get some satellites placed and stuff like that on the gate so we can see what's coming. Because I'm gonna imagine the Hutts are probably gonna start sending a fleet. So we're gonna crack on with that first. We'll get a fairly substantial plot. So we're looking at 7 by 7 by 7. Kilometers squared, kilometers, and I kind of want it right next to the gate here. This will give us eyes on this one. We don't have to worry about buying a license because the system is unowned, and we need to make a relatively okay defense station. And one of the things we need to do first of all, before even worrying about docking and piers and stuff like that, is basically get the defense online first. So we're going to kind of build those first. So we're gonna get the claim module first. If we massive box this size, and we still can't get it in. And we're going to put some defensive discs around it. This is going to basically give us some, and I mean we're basically working with the blueprints that we've got, so it's going to be high presets all around. We'll confirm that gives us our core. That'll let us basically claim this system as well as some defense discs. Now, technically speaking, we don't need a dock or anything like that, but it could be useful to have one on just in case. So we will stick a dock, I think, there, and we'll get an E-pier. Where can we stick an E-pier? In fact, what we can do is we can move it this way a bit. A 7x7x7 should be more than enough to get the standard EPA dock. Now, what I wanted to do is build another Freeport loadout, but that's going to take a long time to do, and time is not necessarily on our side. We do need to kind of like flesh this out a little bit, and I reckon we go another defensive disc, but we rotate it like roughly 90 degrees. There we go. And then on the bottom of that, we can basically get that rotated 90 degrees. No, I want to actually grab the piece, please. Thank you. And we can stick that there. What angle are you at? You're at a very, very rubbish angle. Now, one thing you can kind of do on your stations to make them a bit more effective, give you some more fire angles, is you can alternate like which way these face. So you could have like one facing that way, so you've got firing arcs there, and then you have one underneath which is facing that way, which means then it's kind of all fire that way, as well as that way. There's, you know, very few blind spots. And then we'll copy this sequence. We'll flip it 180 degrees. And then we'll move it to the top. Like so. That will do roughly. Remember, we are pirates after all, so architecture is not kind of like a massive concern of ours. And even though this is a pretty weedy station, it will do for what we need. In fact, what we'll do is just for completionists' sake, we'll rotate you like roughly 90, and we'll basically stick it on the back there. or we'll put it that way. No, there is a very, and I forget 100% how to do it. But there's a guy on one of the YouTube channels I've watched in the past about station building and stuff like that, who makes some absolutely fantastic defense stations, which are really efficient in the way that it's minimal components, maximum thing. Why is my admin center being... Oh yeah, because we're moving it. So we'll confirm those module changes. We'll just quickly unpause it. Give that a couple of seconds to move. Lovely. Right, we need to assign or hire a builder. We've got our builder, should be free. Yep, the Brave. We'll select that. Lovely. And we'll pause it again. We're going to need some money chucked into this place as well. This is going to cost us 13 million. Well, we can put in 6 to start off with. And then we'll have a look. Let's just quickly look at our finances. Oh, we've actually got quite a bit of money in the bank. That's fine, because we're going to need some ships as well. So let's unpause. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to send the fleet, the yet to be named fleet, to here, basically. In fact, we're going to name that fleet. We're going to rename that fleet. Privateer Fleet Scourge. There we go, Scourge. You've got a fleet now. You've not got a ship. You have got a fleet. That way, if the ships get destroyed, then the fleet will still exist in name. Right, and we also need to start our guidance to that position. I mean, if we get attacked, technically speaking, with our high friendship level with the ICG, they might come and help us. These guys should eventually stop being as aggressive with us. Like, they should change their mind and basically go, do you know what, actually, you're okay. Although Hutts are already sort of going non-hostile, which is good. We are going to buy a scout ship. We just want something. What are you? How good are you on a... We go high, and then I don't really care about... I just want whatever's cheapest, because hopefully the idea with this ship is it's not going to be fine. Wow, you come with 2 ion weapons. That's good, isn't it? I don't even want a docking computer on you. You can have a long range scanner. You don't need... You just have a long range. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. Right, we need... Oh wow, 12 satellites. That's pretty good. And then you can have a service crew member, which comes to over $1 million. That's more than I wanted to spend on it, but that's fine. It's a decent little scout ship. It'll do. Hutt high-tech tech trader. So, in an ideal world, we want to be ignoring the traders. We don't want we don't want as aggro until we claim this system, and we can reinforce it, because as it stands at the minute, we're in kind of like not the best place in the world. There was something else I want to do. Right, you. I want you to go to can't. I want you to explore there. If you can figure out how to get there. Because the other thought I had as well is, obviously we're now an up and coming pirate with a lot of we've become known. So I'm thinking we're going to be starting to build a bit of a pirate dynasty here. And with that pirate dynasty, I think the Mandalorians might be interested in joining our cause. So we're going to see about getting them on side by essentially building a... I don't know why you've come out of space, out of warp speed so early. Autopilot baffles me. I don't understand. But there we go. Yeah, so I reckon we see about trying to make them friends with the Mandalorians. Maybe build a couple of stations in their territory and see what we need to become Mandalorian friend. So it's not Mandalorians as such, is it? It's the Death Watch, isn't it? Mandalorian Death Watch. So resident, 1 station, 50,000. Militia production stations, 1. Frontier defense station, 1. We can do that and 2 million worth of credit, and then we can become basically Mandalorian friends, and we can start getting some Mandalorian ships, because why are you shooting at that poor trader? I could turn the guns off, but come on, we'll just ignore it. It's a bit of drama, isn't it? Bit of drama for the fleet. Yeah, we can make Mandalorian friends, because the Mandalorians have actually had quite a few ships added into we're a long way from home. The game since we last played. There is Not the Kel Derby. There's basically a little destroyer, a little warship that we can potentially have a play around with and add it to our fleet, which will be nice. So we're going to see about doing that. Right. So apart from that, as it stands at the minute, we need to wait till we've claimed Tatooine, and we need to get our bank balance up a little bit to see if we can get a little bit more money in the the bank account, so we can flesh out our fleet a little bit, because our fleet is trash. Well, it's not trash. It's decent. It's just not a fleet that I think would go well against like a little a fleet of kind of like actual fighters, like a Venator. Enough of these will be able to maybe put a dent in a Venator, but like the Venator, I would imagine eventually is going to pick these off, just because they're kind of like glass cannons. I think decent heavy firepower, but not much in the way of shielding and stuff like that. Especially the crew levels that we've got. So yeah, I'm going to do that. Get some money, get everything kind of rocking and rolling. Get our little scout ship. Dropping some advanced satellites, so we can kind of get some eyes on some of what's going on, and we'll come back when we're a bit more ahead. Why, X4? Why do you do these things? So we just happily sat around waiting for stuff to get done, and one of our own ships just basically goes, oh yeah, I need to be over there, and flies straight into us. Oh well. Don't change, X4. Don't change. Hello and welcome back. So we're going to have to change our plans a little bit, because the Hutts are trying to build a defense station in Tatooine. It's still under construction as it stands at the minute, but if we don't deal with it now, we're going to have to deal with it later. It's interesting to see the Independence Commerce Guild and mounting a defence in Tatooine, because that would suggest to me that they are potentially planning on kind of like either they've come to defend me, which is good, or they're planning on maybe colonising themselves. The ICG have also started making a defence platform as well, which is pretty good. If the ICG claim it, that will be very good for us, because we'll still have a defence platform, but if they end up having it, it just basically means that the Hutts are going to be less bothered about us and more bothered about the ICG. And if we were doing this in a narrative way, then what we'd try and say is that, oh, well, basically we did it because the ICG wanted Tatooine. They wanted to control the spice, so to speak. So we're basically just going to blow this place up. Yes, I do have guns. They should be armed. Yes, no, maybe. Thinking about it. Is this because we've got it to... Oh, it's attack all enemies, isn't it now? Look, we've got the old forward facing... what you might call it. I don't like the cannons don't match up with the reticle. And the cannons are very... lackluster. Come on. No, you're not wanting to fire at this station that is very quickly being built up. We've ordered a defender as well. There we go. Boom, boom. Why aren't my turrets firing? Have you got no firing art? Surely some of the turrets must have some firing art. Maybe now? I mean, we're definitely within range. Hello, guns? Are the guns really that finicky about the firing arcs on this? No, because we've got the cannons on the front. Okay, can I... No, because you're all on attack. All enemies. We've not accidentally changed loadout. No. Oh, this is annoying. So why won't the turrets fire at the bloody station? Ah well, maybe because it's not actually built yet. That didn't hit anything. Let's just angle up. So we're going to have to do this the laborious way. And blow it up with that. I mean, these cannons, these forward mounted ones, do pack a good punch. It's just unfortunately they are extremely slow to cycle and recharge. And most likely, when it comes to them overheating and stuff like that, it's going to be a bit of a nightmare because they seem to be taking a long time to cool down. I mean, it's good to know because I bought this ship on a little bit of a gamble, just because, you know, not very familiar with how the ICG ships work, especially the big ones. I wanted to see if they were actually any good. So then, if one day in the future we do like a full ICG Trade Federation playthrough, you got an idea of what ships are good and what ships aren't, basically. And this one would be a not so good one, I don't think. I like to try and think of how I'd personally use them as well. In a fleet, if I was to have them, because there's not a massive selection of ICG ships. So, you know, if you needs must and all that, if you're going down that kind of like, I only want to use this faction ship, this to me would most likely be a screening ship, like a support screening ship. Maybe have quite a... So if we were going for like a big fleet, there'd be maybe 2 of these for every... is it the other one, the Recusion, or the Providence? Is it yeah, I think it's the Providence. The more famous of the Trade Federation ships. They would be kind of like the fleet capital ships. This would be the screening support, with the idea being that because it's got a lot of hull points and it's got decent shields, this would potentially distract from ships that are better. I mean, those forward cannons, they're doing a hell of a lot of damage. That is for sure. It's just, yeah, it would be nicer if we had some turrets to fire with, but we don't. One more volley should do it though, once they've cooled down. This kind of thing, you never see it in the films, do you? You never see Luke Skywalker or Poe Dameron or random TIE fighter pilot 1 like sat waiting for the cooldown on the weapons. Funnily enough, though, speaking of that, if you read any of the X-Wing books, they do mention it about. And in a lot of the battles, they do a lot of kind of talking about the balance of the shields and stuff like that. Because one of the things that Oh, hello. Well, you got Neutron Star Cruiser. You've got a Hutt cargo hauler. So it looks like, oh, hello. Looks like they're coming to say hello, potentially. We might have some space battles today. Start guidance to position. Already the fleet. We might be in some luck here.
Autopilot engaged.
So, the Hutts, like a lot of the kind of piratey scum factions, I call them scum factions because if you ever played X-Wing, the game, the board game, the miniatures game, you can't. Well, I think it's now finished. They've said they're not building any more for it, but they are still supporting the game system. But that's by the by. When I played, when it first started, you had two major factions, which were Rebels and Imperial, and then they brought in a third faction, which was the Scum and Villainy. And Scum and Villainy were basically like your Hutts, your Black Sun, your bounty hunters, the kind of the shady types, your smugglers and your pirates and all that. But that's kind of by the by. But yeah, that ship there, we'll look at it again. So this is kind of like what they use for some of their bigger cruisers. We've used these on the Rebel Trader playthrough that we did. They're not very good. This chassis, this ship chassis, is also very common with the freighters. You can get the Neutron Star Freighter and the builders. Most of the builders you see in the game, if not all of them, are using this model. They're a pretty cool looking ship. They're like basically a floating city. Now, are you the herald of something, or are you just escorting? Have you just come down to have a patrol? We can deal with that easily enough. We'll just basically get to our station there. You fly and wait there, which is very quickly coming online. We're getting all the defense platforms. Well, we've nearly got the defense modules done. It has got no turrets or anything yet, but it should be at least online very soon. We've also got our little Defender Corvette, where we're going to get you to... In fact, we're going to leave the Corvettes here. We're going to build like a little mini fleet. Have we got enough to buy another one? Medium ship. Defender. And the Pirate Fleet Defender. So this is basically what we're looking at. It's nothing fancy. They're a good, tough, little rugged brawling ship, in my opinion. You can also dock two ships with them. On the Bounty Hunter playthrough we did, I loved these. Get them with a couple of Kiraxes mounted up, and they actually make quite a good kind of like patrolling screen ship. The pack quite a decent punch for a medium ship, and for the price range as well. You can't really go wrong with them. Someone said they would love to see a hammerhead wolf pack, and I would also love to see a hammerhead wolf pack. And I've been trying to find the hammerheads, but we've not got any of the New Republic shipyards. I'm sure the hammerhead is a medium ship, but also that kind of got me to thinking: are hammerheads actually in the game? If we can't find them anywhere, I'm sure I've seen them. I'm sure I have. So we've got to, are they under Hammerhead? Would they be under Hammerhead? This is not alphabetical. That's slightly annoying. because I was thinking they are technically a medium ship, I think. You got the G75, the GS80s. We can find those. We've got the CR90s, custom corvettes. That's that funky looking Imperial one, kind of like a spearhead dagger. The Vigos are a no slash independent commerce guild. Because I mean, we might have not even seen one. I can't remember if the game. I was trying to remember. I mean, you've got carriers and destroyers. You wouldn't be classed as a large ship, would they? Dreadnought. I'd like a couple of dreadnoughts in the fleet. That'd be nice. Inquisitors, harrowers, immobilizers, interceptors, nebulons, neutrons, valors, vindicators. Other ships. Heavy, a scrapper, tug, and a spacesuit. Maybe they're in the game, maybe they're not. I don't honestly remember. Okay, right. So I'm just going to kind of like sit and wait around here a minute while this does whatever it's doing, which is the minute not a lot. And then we'll come back if that, if and when that little neutron cruiser comes to have a poke. Remember, we're not in all-out war yet. We've made our first strike. We've kind of like made our intentions known to the Hutts, and we're wanting to see how they react. Basically, if they want to attack us, they can. If they don't want to attack us, then that is entirely up to them. We're going to kind of take it from there. Looks like we are going to win the section claiming race, so that'll be good. So yeah, I will see you very shortly. Welcome back. So whilst I wasn't paying attention, the Hutts have managed to they've sent a little attack force against us, so we're just gonna deal with that, and I thought that might be a nice way to kind of end the video. Now hopefully we'll put it on autopilot, because there's a chance that these might be dead before we even get to them. Now our fleets, we haven't currently got our fighters launched because I told them all to dock. So let's do that first. Caught us napping. Launch. And then Gonzalez. Launch. Luna Gazer. Launch. Drake. Launch. I think that's pretty much everyone. So we should now see some nice ships getting deployed.
Quasar fire tool.
There we go. So, meanwhile, in the galaxy, while we sort of try and deal with these, let's have a look. What else we got here?
Neutron star cruiser.
Let us tell the fleet to attack that. We've taken out one of them, which is good.
Class cruiser.
Probably getting a bunch of messages saying that either we're losing ships or our reputation is somewhat diminishing thanks to our thing, and we are now in range with our guns. In fact, let us autopilot on anymore. See how our cannons fare. Our cannons won't fare against anything because we've now destroyed it. I wanted to kind of see what the blasters would do against the bigger ships. We've dealt with that fleet, which is pretty good. And we've got plenty of little bits of trash to sell and turn into things and all that other good stuff. I'm not. I've got to be honest. I would like a new ship to fly around in because I'm not really enjoying this this little Victor wing. That's the Victor wing. I'm not enjoying this Recusion. Look at that. Kirax leading the way as the Kiraxes should. Love a Kirax. Such a cool ship. Cool looking ship. They just seem like a good ship. Like they don't often die. They don't often well, obviously overwhelming firepower and stuff like that. But as far as like ships controlled by the AI, they tend to do relatively well. But there we go. So that's that successfully defended. So the things that are going on. This station is slowly but surely kind of coming together. We are filtering our cash. This is why I had them docked. Because they just keep flying out, like trying to attack all the trade ships. I suppose we're already probably at minus 30 now. Anyway, so it doesn't really matter all that much. So you guys...
Action for transport.
Oof, poor guy. Hail of bullets. Nice. Right, so I can say we're definitely a war now. With the with the Hutts. But yeah, not enjoying the flying around in this thing. Is it a Recusion class? Yeah, the Recusion. It's just not a very fun ship to fly. We have got scouts here, there, and everywhere. So our little Z95 has been scouting around. So I only half read Ord Mantell when we originally sent it to Ord Mantell to try and find it, and then I realised this is usually Imperial territory. So the Mandalorians have done quite a big push. We're in Ithor at the minute. There's a gate down here somewhere which I think leads into the Mandalorian heartlands. We've got our little scout up here, just kind of like scouting out Kessel, finding some more of the stations, just so we can keep tabs on stuff. The CSA and the ICG are kind of like knocking crap out of each other, which is fine. And then, yeah, mainly we've just been kind of like waiting for things to get completed, money to come in, so then we can basically just feed it straight into this station. So we can accept the estimate now, which is nice. And we've kind of like started building up a little... It's going to be like a mini wolf pack, like a little patrol fleet, because I think with Tatooine, so Tatooine resource-wise has... little to no resources of any use to us.
Autopilot disengaged. Autopilot.
Why are you not flying there? mean, this is another reason why I'm not enjoying this ship, because like the autopilot and stuff like that. Admittedly, we're telling it to attack a wreck, go to a wreck, but it is a point on the map. It is showing up, so it should work. Certain ships, just I don't know if it's like how they're coded or whatever, because all that stuff is Swahili to me. Oh wow, we're only at -25. But it doesn't seem to do like all the stuff like some of the newer ships do. If you get my meaning, which is sometimes hard to decipher. Right, where are we? Where are we? I want this stuff here. Let me do a quick little jump. And then we're going to tell all our ships to dock so they stop harassing these poor trade ships. Because we're not really in a position to grab stuff. That's one of the things we were going to make as well, a scav fleet, weren't we, for getting all our ill-gotten gains ranked up. So while we're doing that, yeah, so Tatooine resource-wise has very little apart from 400% sunlight. So I reckon we build kind of like quite a big energy cell factory down here, sell it off dirt cheap, and basically get ourselves a nice little kind of like honest energy headquarters, and it'll be in Tatooine or something daft like that. We'll just sit here and blast these guys. Right, so what I want you all to do is just dock, please dock. Because I don't need you launching every single ship, every single other thing. Because we're not actually in that much of like a position of power to be able to sort of like turn round if we get too much aggro and they decide to build up a fleet. That's it, we're toast, we're green crackered. So we will get this last bit of loot that's here, and then we'll back up as well. We've got all those fighters being redeployed. What do we call it? Redocked. And thank you for that. Right, let's back up a bit. Beep, 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 beep. We'll go backwards. So yeah, so I'm just basically trying to find stuff. So as well as get things completed. I don't want to sink a load of money into Tatooine until we've got it fully secure, because prudence is sometimes the best course of action. We put some advanced satellites down there, so we can kind of see we've got a corridor of information. If we look at this system information there, it's contested at the minute, which I probably think is down to the ICG. I don't think the Hutts have got another station. Either which way, we own Tatooine at the minute, so that's good. We've made progress there. But on that note, I think we're going to leave it there for today. And then next time, I might even leave it running after a little bit, or next time I'm on, I'll get it running so we basically can explore more around, find those Mandalorians, because I fancy potentially some Mandalorian ships, because the ICG ships just ain't doing much for me as it stands at the minute. Like, we could potentially I mean, we could get at looking Oh, we've got a mission for that. I forgot we'd got that. How much is that going to cost? 31 million. So we can actually do that mission at some point. I would like a Providence. That's going to be like 60 million, which is doable, especially at the minute because money's coming in pretty quick. So we got Providences potentially. We need to deliver that attack fleet as well. I forgot we even got that mission. I think is it 3 that they want? We can only build it at the ICG one because the rest of it's not. Well, we could build the chassis there and then send it to the ICG one. Let me just check what are you actually offering me for this great expense? I mean, yeah, 236 million. It's not going to cost us 236 million to build 3 of these. It's probably going to cost us 150 million maybe to build it to that specification, and then we can kind of like send it off. We might even be able to build one, have a look round it, and and have a fly and see if it's any good. But all that and more on the next episode of our pirate playthrough. As I said, these series soon will be probably coming to an end because of the game updates and what not. Next playthrough, I'm not going to do 2 running. I'm just going to do 1 because I'll be honest, running 2 at the same time, it's not very fun. it's like I don't feel like I'm making progress enough, and like Ron Swanson says, don't half-ass 2 different things, whole-ass 1 thing. I think that's what we'll do, and we're going to do Hapes Consortium. What am I blowing up here? Have I destroyed another ship? I didn't mean to. I'm just here. I'm just a good boy. But yeah, I think that's kind of be the plan. Next series, Hapes Consortium. And like I said with the Imperial campaign, what I'm going to do with the Imperial campaign is... why aren't you docked? Gonzalez, get control of your goddamn ships. You should all be docked. You should be flying away. Attack. No. Stop. Return to the fleet. No. Return fleet. Nope. Return to the fleet. This is the other thing that kind of pisses me off about the X4 AI, and that's kind of like telling your ships what to do, and it's sometimes going, but especially how long it takes. Like, how long has it taken for it to turn round compared to turn back and attacking? One thing we can do is just go and set her and keep doing it, and it'll slowly but surely go back. Usually, right, dock, dock and wait. Do that, not that. That is the only command that you need to know about, little fighter. There we go. And we will throw on the anchors here as well. And if you want to fly into that, then you are more than welcome to do so. We're actually going to send you there. Right. Anyway, I am definitely going now. You try to sign off several times, but anyway, thank you for watching. I've been Captain Jack Gumption. This has been Star Wars. It's been X4 with the Star Wars Interworlds mod 0.73. installed on our lovely pirate playthrough. So as ever, thank you for watching, and until next time.